Right now, at noon, community leaders are launching a new push to attract mentors who can help youth find the right path and end gun violence. And your drive home tonight could be slick with more snow accumulation by tomorrow. The details in your first warn forecast.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in. We do have an alert day today for snow and a possible wintry mix. Meteorologist Dana Fulton is here with a look at your first warn forecast. Hi, Dana.
Hey, Mark. Right now, we aren't seeing any snow for parts of the southwest corner of the state. So Grant County earlier, just within the last 2 hours, you did have some light snow coming down. Right now, it looks like a dry picture. But as we take a closer look at that band stretching between Monroe and Janesville, that's where we have the light snow coming down currently. So it is just these spotty snow showers. That's going to be the look for the next few hours before we have a little more steady precipitation building in, unfortunately, right around your evening commute. Here's a live look in Platteville. Again, snow on the ground, but nothing falling from the sky currently. In Madison, wouldn't be surprised if we did have some light flurries, but really nothing that we're picking up on radar or with our cameras. Now, for tonight into early Friday, we do have winter weather advisories already in effect. Generally, totals will be in that 2 to 4 inch range for much of south central Wisconsin, but some folks might be getting closer to 5 inches northwest of Dane County. But we will take a closer look at some timing with this in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Dana. Top of the news today, Dane County District Attorney Ismail Ozan and other community leaders are calling for more people to participate in mentoring-focused programs to help reduce crime.
Research shows, and it's common sense, that a present adult mentor can make all the difference for a young person who doesn't see a better path in life. If you're an adult who has overcome lived experience in poverty, violence, or incarceration, and can pass a background check to work with youth who are justice involved, we need you.
5 mentorship groups are part of this effort. They're looking for 40 adults to volunteer and get matched with the program. To sign up, go to volunteeryourtime.org. The effort also includes new PSAs aimed at ending gun violence in our community. Madison Alder Barbara McKinney is recovering from an emergency 7-hour heart surgery. Michael Johnson, CEO of the Boys and Girls Club, tells us that she's doing better today. Madison.com reports McKinney suffered a medical emergency during an online meeting of the Public Safety Review Committee yesterday. When other volunteers noticed that she wasn't on screen anymore, Madison fire and police personnel who were at the meeting had emergency responders sent to her home. Public Health Madison and Dane County is working with several local health systems to vaccinate Dane County's approximately 8,000 frontline healthcare workers eligible for Tier 1A. That includes people who are not affiliated with a major health system, like EMS, first responders, school nurses, and home health aides. To determine if you are eligible, you can find information about Tier 1A at publichealthmdc.com. DHS officials announced earlier this week that police and fire personnel will be eligible to receive vaccinations starting on Monday as a first step into the Phase 1B of the vaccination. The CDC says more than 10 million Americans have been vaccinated, with more than 1 million shots administered yesterday. Thousands of Orange County residents lined up at the Disneyland vaccine super site yesterday, and 3,000 shots of the vaccine made it into people's arms on the site's first day. But overwhelming demand crashed the county's registration system, that is. It's a similar story in states like Florida. Hundreds of seniors drove to a vaccine site in DeSoto, but only 200 doses were available.
And on websites, on the phone, experiencing the normal frustrations that many have expressed.
With the recent changes to the HHS vaccination recommendations, 152 million Americans are now eligible for vaccination. But Operation Warp Speed estimates it'll take until the end of March to acquire enough vaccines to immunize 100 million people. Investigators trying to figure out the cause of this car fire on Madison's west side. Firefighters were called to a parking lot near Grand Canyon Drive and O'Donnell Road just before 4:30 this morning. This is in the American parking lot. We're told nobody was injured. Prosecutors have asked a judge to order the Illinois teen charged with killing 2 people and wounding a third during protests in Kenosha to stay out of bars and away from white supremacist groups. A request comes a week after 18-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse was seen drinking at a bar in Racine County, the same day that he pled not guilty to criminal charges. He's free on a $2 million bond. The motion also asks the judge to ban Rittenhouse from publicly displaying symbols associated with white supremacist groups after several surveillance images showed him flashing the OK sign, which is a white supremacist sign. People at the bar also reportedly serenaded him with the Proud Boys anthem. President Trump has become the first president to ever be impeached twice. The impeachment proceedings now move to the Senate for a trial, but that won't happen until after President Trump leaves office. Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill with those details and what's being done to keep the Capitol safe ahead of next week's presidential inauguration.
On this vote, the ayes are 232. The nays are 197.
It was the most bipartisan presidential impeachment vote in modern history, with 10 House Republicans joining their Democratic colleagues.
Donald Trump is a clear and present danger to our country.
A Senate trial is not expected until after next week's inauguration, and 17 Republicans would need to join with every Democrat in order to convict the president of inciting an insurrection. In a letter to his GOP colleagues Wednesday, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said, "I have not made a final decision on how I will vote, and I intend to listen to the legal arguments when they are presented to the Senate." But others in his party remain firmly against convicting the president.
Let's stand up for the idea that post-presidential impeachments are bad for the presidency, bad for the country, and if we go along with it as Republicans, we will destroy the Republican Party.
Within the past 24 hours, new fencing has gone up to reinforce the security perimeter around the Capitol. Up to 20,000 National Guard troops are expected in Washington, D.C. ahead of the inauguration, some of them armed. In a video released last night, President Trump made no mention of his second impeachment, but instead warned against more riots.
No true supporter of mine could ever endorse political violence. No true supporter of mine could ever disrespect law enforcement or our great American flag.
CBS News has learned of a new law enforcement bulletin warning that the success of last week's breach is likely to fuel more violence among domestic extremist groups. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And throughout Washington, D.C., businesses have begun boarding up their windows ahead of next week's inauguration. Starting this weekend, Delta Airlines will ban passengers traveling to Washington, D.C. from checking firearms. Only law enforcement officials will be exempt from the ban. The airline is also adding other security measures at airports and on planes that Delta's CEO calls seen and unseen. Officials will close the National Mall for Inauguration Day. The public will not be able to access the area leading up to January 20th. The National Park Service has not made a final decision when it will close. Thousands of people usually gather in this area to watch the swearing in. President-elect Joe Biden's advisors say the inauguration will be a virtual event and are planning a primetime TV event. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. A new survey finds many Americans are planning a fun night out or a vacation once the pandemic ends. Stay with us.
$6 million worth of top brand home furnishings must be sold at Ashley Home Store. All furniture is up to 50% off store-wide. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. And interest-free financing for up to 3 years. Stretch your stimulus check further at Ashley Home Store.
We are Dane County. We are Madison, McFarland, Sun Prairie. We are Wanakee, Stoughton, Middleton, Deerfield, and everywhere in between. We are committed to being unique in supporting the value when families share the memories of family and friends at the loss of a loved one. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. More than just a funeral home, we are the people you know and trust to help families before, during, and after the loss of a loved one. Learn more at crestfuneralservice.com.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really? Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Extended through January 15th. Join Planet Fitness for no enrollment. $10 a month, no commitment. 2020 is over. Start 2021 with tons of ways to get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. And spread out while you work out with cardio distancing and our new crowd meter. Plus, use our app to get moving anywhere. Your fitness is essential, so kick things off with the year's best deal. Join for no enrollment, $10 a month, no commitment. Deal ends January 15th.
5 Madison area locations. Sign up for $10 a month. Stop in today.
$6 million worth of furniture and mattresses must be sold at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 65% off doorbuster mattresses like these. Plus, pay as little as $25 per month, interest-free for up to 6 years on luxury sleep systems. Stretch your stimulus check further at Ashley Home Store.
Well, many Americans are planning on a big splurge when the pandemic is under control. That's according to a new survey by the Lending Tree. The personal finance site surveyed more than 1,200 Americans online last month. 82% of them said they plan to celebrate after they get vaccinated. Some said they were planning a fancy dinner, while others were hoping to take a vacation. Not everybody was ready to spend more to celebrate what they hoped is a turning point in the pandemic. 15% of the people surveyed said that they do not believe they'll ever feel financially secure again. The labor market takes a leap in the wrong direction, and another round of cheers for a sober start to the year. Diane King Hall has your Money Watch report.
$965,000 people filed for unemployment benefits last week, according to the Labor Department. That is up from the prior week and much worse than expected. Another 284,000 applied for pandemic unemployment assistance, a program for freelance and gig workers, bringing the total number of people seeking federal help to nearly 1.25 million. Your stimulus check should be in the mail by tomorrow. The IRS has a Friday deadline to send out the economic relief payments Congress approved at the end of last year. The agency says eligible individuals who don't automatically receive theirs will be able to claim the funds when they file their 2020 tax return. Dollar General is encouraging employees to get the COVID-19 vaccine by offering extra cash. The retailer is giving workers 4 hours of regular pay for getting a coronavirus shot. Dollar General, which has 157,000 employees, is among the first large U.S. employers to offer an incentive for staff to be vaccinated. And dry January has been more on trend in 2021. According to a recent poll from Morning Consult, 13% of U.S. adults were set on a sober start to the new year. That's up from 11% last year. Respondents cited trying to be healthier and trying to drink less as the top reasons for hopping on the wagon. And nearly half admitted that they drank a bit too much in 2020. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up almost 91 points. The NASDAQ up 31. The S&P 500 gaining a little over 3. New at noon, New York's Attorney General is suing the New York Police Department, alleging rough treatment of protesters last spring in the wake of George Floyd's killing. The AG says this is part of a pattern of abuse that stemmed from inadequate training, supervision, and discipline. The lawsuit includes dozens of examples of alleged misconduct, including the use of pepper spray and batons on protesters and trapping demonstrators with a technique called kettling. Well, still to come at noon, it's an alert day for snow, possibly mixed with some freezing rain, which could mean a messy drive home this evening. Dana has all of the details in your First Warn forecast next.
At Menards, we know how important it is to be comfortable in your home. Upgrade now with comfy interior furniture, and you'll get a free area rug. That's right. Get a free 5x7 rug valued at $149.99 with the purchase of any upholstered living room furniture at $299 or more. Find the perfect furniture to fit any decor. From love seats to sofas, sectionals, and recliners. Menards has what you need to start relaxing now. Plus, get a free rug.
Save big money at Menards.
One call, that's all.
مكتب محاماة جروبر مكالمة واحدة هذا كل شيء.
جروبر 律师馆一个电话就够了. محامية جروبر hal mar nasawa. Oficina Gruber Law. Una llamada, nada más.
Ufficio degli avvocati Gruber. Ci vuole solo una chiamata.
No matter how you say it, it's always one call, that's all.
Ring in the new year with a new room from Steinhoffels during our extended New Year's sale. Save 35% store-wide and get amazing deals like any size Sealy mattress, only $99. This queen bed, $699. Or this dining set, $799. This leather sofa, now only $999. And make your new room more affordable with Steinhoffels 60-month special financing. Only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com.
Did you know that 178 million Americans are missing at least one tooth?
It's true.
That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we only focus on tooth replacement solutions.
Whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can create a new smile just for you.
At a price that's affordable.
Because at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we want you to
go ahead and smile.
The race to vaccinate is on. But like so many other states, Wisconsin's lagging behind. What's the holdup? News 3 Now breaks down the local vaccination chain and why you may have to wait a bit longer to roll up your sleeve. Tonight at 10.
Hi, folks. With snow in the forecast, we're going to be monitoring your morning commute, and we'll share 3 ways to motivate your kids for another semester online. We'll see you starting at 4:30 tomorrow morning on News 3 Now this morning.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
It is time for your Farm Report. Let's check in with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee on this Thursday. How are you?
Not bad so far. We'll wait and see how things go this afternoon, but right now, so far, so good. In fact, I want to start with a little good news. I don't always get that pleasure, but I try. The Wisconsin Farmers Union trying to make things a little easier for folks that have been struggling in light of this pandemic. They've partnered up with the Hunger Task Force and just last week delivered 35,000 pounds of pork ribs to the Hunger Task Force. Now, that Hunger Task Force is headquartered in Milwaukee, but it literally helps to support food banks all across the state of Wisconsin. 35,000 pounds from Wisconsin. That's along with efforts in Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Montana, totaling about 180,000 pounds of pork that they're donating as a group. This mirrors a similar effort that they undertook back in May when they donated 150,000 pounds in total of pork ribs to different task force all across, including Wisconsin's task force. So let's keep talking food. I don't know if you've had a chance to check out WisconsinDairy.org lately, but they've got a pretty cool opportunity for you to celebrate Valentine's, obviously in light of the pandemic, with a heart-shaped box of cheese. They are going to award 500 people this limited edition Valentine's Day gift, and it will feature all kinds of Wisconsin cheese. I'm going to learn more a little bit later this hour with my friends from the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, but it looks pretty cool just at the pictures. If you go to wisconsincheese.com/for the love of cheese, you'll see what I'm talking about early. Barrel cheese today in Chicago down a half at $157.5. 40-pound block cheese down a penny at $1.90. Double A butter up a penny and a quarter at $1.30 per pound. So back rebounding a bit today. Speaking of rebounding, I just got off the phone with a gal that's kind of up in that Laval Viroqua neck of the woods. They didn't have any snow or ice or anything as of yet, Mark, but I bet that the weather department's keeping a keen eye on that leading edge and what we're planning for a afternoon drive.
Absolutely. We're keeping an eye on it. All right, Pam, thank you. Here is the weather person, Dana.
The weather department today. Yes, things are going to get a little messy outside later on. Right now, we've already seen some light off and on snow showers. We do have winter weather advisories in effect throughout all of central Wisconsin, stretching down into most of our viewing area for tonight and tomorrow morning. So looking at radar right now, this is our loop over the last hour. You can see most of the more consistent light snow has been in Rock and Greene County. We have had some light flurries move through downtown Madison. We also saw some mixed precipitation moving through parts of Grant County earlier today, but right now we're seeing a dry spot there. It does look like we're dry over Madison right now, though wouldn't be surprised if there's just maybe a light drizzle or light flurries that we're not quite picking up on radar. That more steady snowfall is just southwest of Janesville. That little blob is going to continue to pass through over the next 40 minutes or so. And then we're back to likely a little bit of a dry spot before some more steadier snowfall builds in. Now, temperatures, a big part of the story. We're still in the mid-30s, and we're really going to hover in the mid to low 30s through the rest of the afternoon. So some of that light snow that's coming through earlier today or in the last hour has been mixed with freezing rain or just some rain in general. And that's going to be the story until we watch these temperatures get a little cooler outside. We'll likely see some rain coming through first before things transition back over to all snow overnight. So rain possibly mixed with some snow expected in that 2 to 4 o'clock block for much of the area. And then it transitions to more of a steady light snow as we get closer to your drive home. Not the best news. It's likely not going to be coming down too heavily. However, definitely give yourself some extra time on the roads. We're going to be keeping a very close eye on those road conditions through the afternoon, through the evening, because this is right during our evening commute time, during that evening rush hour. You can see the wind spiraling there, that center of the system passing right on overhead later tonight. That's still mixing in a little freezing rain with that light snow until after midnight into early Friday. For Friday, we'll have off and on light snow showers. Most of the day will be cloudy, but notice you can see a few spells where we do have some light snow passing down through the afternoon and evening. So that's what we'll be keeping an eye on Friday. The main event, though, really comes through for us this evening tonight before we have some spotty stuff looking ahead to late Friday. Generally, snowfall totals in that 1 to 5 inch range, a little bit of a broad range for us. Most folks landing in the 2 to 4 inch portion of that. The higher amounts will likely be northwest of Dane County, with lesser amounts expected off to the east, where they just won't have as much steady snow coming down. I wouldn't be surprised if some folks do get close to 5 inches of accumulation. Again, that's going to be generally areas northwest of Dane County. Overall, it is an alert day because of the road conditions for us this evening during the drive home. It's never great when we have systems passing through during our evening commute or during our morning commute for that matter. Snow likely for us tonight. Temperatures are going to hold pretty steady, close to 30 for our overnight lows. For tomorrow, we will have some spotty snow showers and flurries. Flurries likely Saturday and Sunday. And then as we look ahead to next week, temperatures get a little cooler behind this system. We will be in the 20s for afternoon highs and overnight lows dropping to the teens. So definitely have the snow shovel or snow blower on hand, Mark, and give yourself some extra time for that drive home this evening.
Not a major event, but enough to make it slippery.
Enough to make it slick and enough that it is going to be a little bit of a cleanup for us tomorrow, yes.
All right, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. We'll introduce you to our pet of the week, and let's see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today we're going to show you how to cut. And the funny thing is, we're not using a knife. Stick around and I'll show you what I mean.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Do you make junk disappear?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Now.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
When it comes to 2020, it's time to wipe the slate clean and get a fresh start now at Herzing University. Earn the degree you need for a lasting career. Herzing is accredited, transfer-friendly, and offers you the personal care and support so important during these times. We'll even waive your enrollment fee. A new year, a new career. You've got a clean slate.
I'm possible
Click today.
The New Year's Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended, so there's still time to find great deals on your perfect mattress. Shop today, and the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Score free shipping, and check out the Summit Firm for only $199.99. Save $100 on our entire Doctor's Choice lineup. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate, plus 5 years no interest financing. Hurry! The extended New Year's Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Imagine facing Wisconsin's bitter cold winter without a warm home, or the blistering heat of summer without power, then having to make the tough choice between eating or meeting other basic survival needs. Unfortunately, over 200,000 of our neighbors in need will face this difficult decision with no place else to turn, including those who are now unemployed due to the COVID-19 crisis. Keep a neighbor in crisis safely in their home during these difficult times by supporting and donating to the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund today.
So I can get the latest phones free with no hidden requirements?
Yep, all season long.
And do I have to get the most expensive plan?
Nope, no plan restrictions.
Okay, but we have to trade in our phones.
Right?
Right?
Nope, keep your phones.
Did you say free phone?
Yep, the latest phone's free for you.
Okay.
Switch to U.S. Cellular and get the latest phones free, available all season long with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular, upgrade to fair.
It's that time of year again. How can we help? Could you haul this away for me? Oh, it's gone. There was stuff here. Amazing.
When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point.
If you're like me, it's almost impossible to eat soup, chili, or stew without having some kind of bread to dunk in them. And nothing is better than freshly baked biscuits. That way, we can get every last drop. To make them, we start by mixing some flour with baking powder and baking soda, a bit of salt, and a little sugar. After it's mixed, we cut in some shortening and cold butter. If you've never cut shortening or butter into dry ingredients, you do it with a pastry cutter, like this one, or you can use a couple of forks. The idea is to create a coarse crumb mixture, so you end up with biscuits that are super flaky. Now we stir in some buttermilk and mix this until the dough is moist. We roll this out until it's about a ½ inch thick, and with a biscuit cutter or drinking glass, we cut out circles and put them on a tray and bake them off. That's it. In minutes, when they're golden, they're ready to serve. Sure, we can slather them with butter or eat them as is, but I think they're best when they're dunked in any of our comforting favorites. To get the recipe for our better buttermilk biscuits, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found the ultimate dunking way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. It's time to introduce you to our pet of the week. It's a kitty named Bella. She's a domestic long hair mix. Our friends at the Dane County Humane Society tell us she has plenty of spunk in her step. She'd love to spend her retirement days lounging, snacking, and sleeping. If you're interested in adopting Bella or checking out all the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. Last week's pet, Ranger, an enthusiastic male dog, is still available. And the Dane County Humane Society is thrilled to invite you to its 100th anniversary kickoff event. Toto's Gala is on Friday, March 12th. You can find more information and buy tickets at giveshelter.org. Let's find Bella a home. Dana, waiting for the snow.
Waiting for the snow right now. We have an alert day in the forecast and winter weather advisories in effect for much of the area. Here's a look at the 10-day. I'm going to real quick bounce back to radar. That way you guys can get a closer look at what is actually on the ground or what is coming down for us right now. Over the last few hours, we have had some spots pick up some more steady snowfall around Janesville right now, likely seeing some steadier precipitation. Downtown Madison looks dry, and the same goes for areas off to the west. Now, that's not going to be the case for us. I'll go back to the 10-day now as we get to the rest of the evening, as we do have these snow chances really building in over the next several hours. Temperatures tonight dropping to about 30, so it will continue as snow overnight. Flurries expected for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And behind this system, it gets a little cooler outside. High temperatures will be in the 20s, and overnight lows will be in the teens. So for your evening commute, please give yourself plenty of time. It's likely going to be moving a little slower than usual, Mark.
Be ready for a cleanup tomorrow morning.
Yes,
All right,
definitely.
Dana, thank you. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.